History usually remembers men for the power they seized, but once in a while, history pauses to remember a man for the power he refused. At the end of the American Revolution, the world was not watching a battlefield, it was watching a decision. A single choice made in silence, without applause, without violence. A choice that would quietly define the meaning of American life, American dreams, and American restraint for centuries to come. In the 18th century, power followed bloodlines. Kings ruled by birth, empires expanded by force. Generals who won wars rarely returned to civilian life. They ruled because they could, and no one stopped them. History had proven one truth again and again: once power is taken, it is almost never returned. Yet in 1783, against every historical pattern, one man stood at the edge of absolute authority and did something no one expected. George Washington was not born a revolutionary. He was raised in discipline, order, and respect for authority. He admired structure. He believed in duty. Before rebellion, he served the British crown. But when colonial voices were ignored and rights were dismissed, loyalty turned into obligation. Washington did not seek chaos, he accepted responsibility. When the Continental Congress appointed him commander of the Continental Army, it was not because he promised victory, it was because he promised endurance. Washington understood that wars are not won by passion alone. They are survived by discipline, patience, and restraint would define every chapter of his leadership. The Revolutionary War was not heroic in the way history books describe. It was desperate. Soldiers lacked shoes, coats, food, and pay. Winter killed more men than British bullets. Disease swept through camps. Desertion was common. Mutiny was feared. At Valley Forge, soldiers wrapped bleeding feet in rags and marched anyway. Washington watched men die slowly, not gloriously, and still he stayed. He stayed when officers questioned him. He stayed when Congress failed him. He stayed when defeat seemed inevitable. Leadership was not loud, it was consistent. Slowly, loyalty hardened, not loyalty to victory, loyalty to character. When the war finally ended, when Britain surrendered and the impossible became reality, Washington emerged as the most powerful man in the New World. He commanded the army. He held the trust of the people. Congress was weak. The government was fragile. There were no real laws to stop him. History leaned forward. Soldiers were angry. They had not been paid. Promises had been broken. Many believed the new nation was already